to books. Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Happy 2021. My name is Shishi, for those who don't know me, also known as SHISHI WANJ. As you can tell from the title of the video, I just want to talk about like the things that I'm really hopeful for in 2021, both personally, for my loved ones, and just for like everyone in the world. So let's get into the video. Also, don't mind like if you hear like some kind of noise outside. There's kids in the playground. Some guys have opened, some haven't. I think I'm very confused. I don't know what's going on with the kids these days, but yeah, don't mind the noise. Hopefully I'm loud enough. My number one pick for what I hope for 2020 for me and for all of us is a little bit or a lot more stability. Like, I feel like 2020 really dragged like the rug off our feet, and like none of us are ready for that shit. But I feel like this year I'd hope for more stability, like for, we had to make adjustments. All of us had to make adjustments to our lives. Every single person, even pets, had to make adjustments to their lives, I hope for a lot more stability in our lives, and that we're able to become more adaptable and find grounding and lay foundations for all the things that we hope to achieve in our personal lives, in our careers, in our the whole world, like all the intricacies of our life. I pray for more stability for me and for all of us. Yeah. Which brings me to my second point. I hope that there will be a lot more healing, resilience, and foresight in 2021 for all of us. Healing, because personally I feel like 2020 was a very traumatic year for a lot of people. Some on a smaller scale, some on a larger scale. And I hope 2021 gives us the healing that we need from all the mumbo jumbo and the drama and the roller coaster ride that was 2020. And as we heal, now the resilience is like, the more you fall down, and the more you pick yourself back up, you build your resilience muscle, So for people who usually say that they're afraid of failure and you failed last year, this is the year for you to build that resilience muscle. I feel like resilience is one of the strongest superpowers, in my opinion, that any human being can have. Is like when you fall, you get back up. That's what I would hope for. And then finally, with the foresight. Foresight, is just being able to see forward, is being able to see future, being able to see the vision that was maybe dragged off from our feet from last year, but this year, as we adjusted and adapted, and as we heal and build resilience, I hope that each one of us is able to build foresight and refocus our lens and our visions for what we want our futures to look like. So I pray that we're able to do those three as my point number 2. Let me just repeat it. It's healing, resilience, and foresight. May we all receive that. My third point is emotional fulfillment. Actually, just like fulfillment across the board. Since the year started, I've been listening or reading. I'm more of a reader than a listener in terms of content. I like watching and reading as opposed to listening. I try to listen to podcasts, but I don't listen to podcasts that much. Like I'll watch a video podcast, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's not my point. My point is, since the year started, I've been getting a lot of messages that there's a lot of fulfillment that's gonna be coming up for me and for my loved ones. And I hope that for everyone, that there'll be fulfillment for everyone. Personally, for me, I want emotional and career fulfillment, but mostly emotional. I love what I do. It gives me so much joy. It gives me so much fulfillment, but I want the rewards. It's very rewarding for me, even like to create this video and to edit it. Yeah, I want now, like, the more I create, the more fulfilled I am. It's like more fulfilling jobs, more fulfilling content, more fulfilling conversations, and now that leads me to now emotional fulfillment. I love emotional, like, I'm a water sign. Water represents emotion, so things to do with emotion I'm well versed in. We're very wavy, and I am like super intuitive, and water signs usually crave intimacy, and we love intimacy and things like that. So for me, I really hope that in 2021 that I get a lot more emotional fulfillment from the things that I do, from the conversations that I have, from the people that I date, from even just like myself. Like, I feel like my cup I've mastered, I'm gonna say mastered, but I feel like I have mastered the art of my cup runneth over. So I give my excess to those around me, and because there's excess, it means I obviously I'm whole. I give myself emotional fulfillment. But now, like for 2021, I hope that there's a lot more emotional fulfillment just in friendships and relationships and conversations and love and all those type of things. I just pray and hope that all of us, not only me, just get that 360 fulfillment in our personal lives. Yeah. Which brings me to my fourth point, career development. Once again, 2020 really just screwed so many of us over, especially those who work in the entertainment industry, and more so people who do events like me, like DJ. I do other things, but a large source of my income comes from DJing and events. As much as I am a polymath, I'd like to see the other facets of my career growing, not only for me but for everyone around me. I feel like 2020 made people rethink about their jobs and their careers. Are you working for yourself or are you working for someone else? Are you working towards building your empire or are you working towards building someone else's empire? And at the age I'm at, I feel like it's that prime time. Okay, for me personally, I've never ever been about working for someone. If I'm working for someone, it's the goal and the vision is always building my empire, my brand. It's growth. It's not just working like a robot, working like a rat on the highway, and then I go home and then I'm laid off from work and then I don't have cash and then my life is over, and you know what I'm saying. So I feel like 2020 did that for people a lot, whereby they were like, okay, so I'm doing this and that. Does it fulfill me personally? Does it fulfill what I want for myself in my life? Does it fulfill my needs as whether you're a creative person or you're someone who is into math and science? Does it fulfill me? When you get home or when you wake up in the morning, do you feel excited to go back to work? So I want more career development in terms of aligned work. The more time goes, that I'm more aligned to brands that I want to work with the content that I'm creating, and I want to create a lot more content this year. I'm so passionate about so many things, and it's always so hard for me to just boil down onto one thing, but this year I really want to focus on them into segments. I'm a very hyper-focused person when I get into that zone, so just with video work and content creation, and I'm working on some really exciting projects right now that I obviously can't talk about because we're not about to jinx it. But even in terms of music and DJing and events and residencies and curation and writing, I think the biggest blessing to me the past 2 years is getting back in my writing bag, because I used to write since I was in high school and had a following, but then I got to uni in third year and life got so busy, and uni was about making new short films and all those type of things, and I just didn't have time for it. So pitching ideas and just doing a lot more stuff with my creativity. I've started working with Lasta on Reform Radio on something called the Nairobi Connect. I'll drop the link in the description below of the first one that we did, and there's a lot more to come. I got a segment on the show, so I think that's exciting. Those are the things that I'm talking about. Career development is just not being stunted but growing. Which brings me to my fifth point, which is honestly kind of the same thing, just overall growth for everyone, not just me. I can't pray for myself and not pray for others. That's just not how I was raised. So growth on all aspects. Growth never ends. But for me personally, I feel mind, body, spirit, soul, health-wise is places that I really want to grow. If you can't already tell, I'm a very spiritual person. If you don't know, hi, welcome. I'm going to do so many spiritual videos. Something that I used to say, or something that I learned a while back when I started my spiritual journey around 2014 was, once you manage the spiritual aspects of yourself, your spiritual health, the domino effect just all boils down to the rest. You take care of your spirituality, your mental health will be okay. If your mental health is okay, your physical health will be okay. Your physical health will be okay. Your soul will be fine. That's how it trickles down. And I'm glad that I did it that way. And for people, it might be different. For someone, it might start with their body and they feel connected to their body. And then because they're connected to their body, they feel they can work on their spirit and their soul, and then they become spiritual. For everyone, it's different. But for me and for everyone, I would hope that 2021 gives all of us that growth. And I feel like it will. I'm seeing the way astrology, for example, is catching on globally and worldwide. Me, I'm an astro babe. I can read your birth chart. I can tell you the aspects of what's happening in the planets, conjunctions, the great conjunctions that happened in December, and guys are expecting superpowers. It's the way in 2012 when guys thought that the world was going to end, and it wasn't really going to end, but we didn't necessarily get powers, but it's more of an elevation. If you're an enlightened being, then you know what I'm talking about. We didn't exactly get superpowers, but we erased the veil of the dimensions, like the 5D and the new earth and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm digressing. I just would love for all of us to grow mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Last year I got back into doing yoga because what else was I doing with my time? So this year I hope to get back to working out. I love working out. I've always been athletic, so I've always been like moving my body, and I'm pretty tall and my limbs like get knotted, and like, you know, stretching is like so important to me. Yeah, I'm hoping to get into those things. Spiritual health, always, that's something that I practice every day. Mental health, I practice that every day. So if you're watching this, I pray for you and hope that you and your loved ones grow and nurture your spirituality, your mental health, your physical health, and just your soul, and, you know, just do what feels right. You know, build your intuition, sharpen your intuition, build that muscle. Yeah. Next point is, since like honestly 2016, you know, like in the creative industry, there's all these ideas. When I worked at different media houses, I always used to be told that my ideas are too big, the budget is not big enough, those type of stories. Yeah, and honestly, it always used to like bring me down, because I'm like, you've hired me to create and direct and curate the content for you. Then when I draft it down, you tell me, oh, we don't have enough budget for this. And then you look at the budget, I'm like, the budget is not big enough for honestly anything. My point basically is, please, the heavens, the gods, the ancestors, the angels, everyone, pray to whoever you pray to, that as artists and creatives, we just get like even half the resources that we need in order to grow and to build. And you know what? It's not even like these companies' faults. It's just Kenya, man. Growing up in Kenya, and our economy is shit, and we're always in debt, and we're always taking loans. So everyone is annoyed, everyone is angry, people are holding on to their cash, and it's so understandable. And it's unfortunate that all people are doing is building malls and cleaning money with malls and apartments. You know, like, see you use your money and clean your money with the creative industry, you know, like the way they did it in these other nations. How about we do that? I feel like that would be so amazing. Like, my prayer honestly is just for artists and creatives to get like funding and resources. It doesn't have to be money, even resources is enough in order to create, just to fucking create. If I had all the resources I needed, oh my god, I feel like I would have been so far. And I'm not the only one, so many of my friends would, and even others who are not my friends, just anyone who works in the industry. And for me, I work in the alternative scene, you know, and obviously sadly the alternative scene is slept on as alternative scenes go. So usually it goes, you're creative, you're noticed, then you kind of like, it's either you're really appreciated when you're mainstream, or when you're appreciated, you become mainstream. I know me and my friends are trying to like add some freshness to the scene. Like, Nairobi and Kenya is such an amazing country. We have amazing people. Foreigners love us. Our country is beautiful. Honestly, I love Kenyans, but the way we're, you know, and sometimes it's always like, okay, so should we like fly out and go do creative shit in other countries? And I'm like, yeah, it's a possibility to go grow, but then we want to build our country. Like, I want to live in Kenya, and I want to thrive in Kenya, and I want my kids to thrive, and I want my kids' kids to thrive. And living abroad, fine, like, it's not the worst thing ever, but this is home. I have an attachment to home. And see, our country is ugly. Kenya is so beautiful. There's reasons Naomi Campbell comes to Kenya. There's reasons the Jolies and the Pitts have houses in Sijui Malindi. There's reasons the Queen of England celebrated her 16th birthday at Windsor. Kenya is so beautiful, and I just wish that we would all get the resources that we require. In fact, not even just creatives. Any single person who works for their own and has a vision and has passion. I would love it if each one of us would be able to get the funding and the resources that we need in order to thrive and to grow. And honestly, at this point, it doesn't matter if it comes from outside, because most of the people I know who are thriving right now have gotten resources from outside. Whether it's a camera, or a microphone or a studio time, new kind of laptop for people who do graphic arts, those type of things, like funding from outside, because people are seeing there's so much potential here, let me help you grow, and then now I'm like, okay, I also want to help my people grow, so I don't know, I feel like I've bubbled on that point, but I would really, really love if 2021 would catapult Kenyans who work hard for their shit and are passionate about it and have a vision to get a downpour of blessings so that we can all just finally fucking grow. Yeah, that's that. On that note also, like, I'm trying to back to the career development and this whole resources thing, like, fly me out, let's do some concerts, let's do some shows, let's shoot some content, design some shit. The convenience of just like workshops, my shire struggle in a bo, and it's getting exhausting because people work so hard in this country, and especially in this city. People work so hard, and I feel like we get peanuts back for all the work that we do, and the money is just backlogged somewhere, like in a rusted pipe or some shit. I wish like whatever that backlog is, can you just be like pumped the fuck out, so that like everyone can, there's like a free flow of like resources and money, so everyone can thrive, man. Like nataka tu kila mtu apate pesa, apate resources zake. Mimi nataka makamera zangu, I want my own equipment, I want my own microphones, I'd love to have my own studio, like just build shit with like the gang and the fam, and like just all grow in whatever sector you work in as well, whether it's health, science, singing, whatever it is. I pray for you in 2021 that you get the resources that you need so that we can all grow and thrive and just be blessed and enjoy life and just breathe out from all the nonsense and lessons that the past years have given us, especially 2020. Okay, I think that's my last point. These other ones are like from my own journal entry, like for stuff that I want for myself. Sidhani nitawashow hizi ni zangu. But most of them are pretty much the same. Those are just things that I wish for all of us in 2021. Happy New Year once again. When do we stop saying Happy New Year, by the way? Kwanza vile like hatujonana since of Corona, and then we're seeing each other now. It's like a bit, I don't know, we'll see. If you made it to this end of the video, thank you so much. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Let me know what your hopes for 2021 are. I would love to hear them out and read them, and I feel like 2021 is gonna be a good year. On that note, like I said, I'm a spiritual babe. 2021 is the year of 5. This year in numerology is a number 5 universal year. So you calculate that by 2021, which is 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1. So 2, I don't know how you calculate, but 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So this is the 5 universal year. Check out what 5 is. Let me just read for you a basic explanation. A 5 universal year holds a changeable, adventurous, and free-spirited energy. It comes at the midway point of the 9-year cycle. Oh yeah, numbers in numerology run from 0 to 9. So in some ways, serves as a kind of pivot around which the 2 halves of the cycle turn. Its energy is said to usher in change. I was reading my numerology report yesterday, and it was telling me the number 5 is the elevator moment. Like 2017 was 1, 2018 was 2, 2019 was 3, 2020 was 4, this one is 5. So now this universal 5 is about entering the elevator and shooting out. So seize the moment, baby. Do what you wanna do, because 2020 showed us that you need to do what you need to do anyway. Otherwise, life is short. So what's the point? My hope for 2021 is exactly that. For me, for my friends, my loved ones, for you guys. I hope that this is my prayer, that we all receive our heart's desires, and that we receive the fulfillment, personal fulfillment, career development, resilience, healing, foresight, and all the different things that I have talked about in this video. Thank you again for watching this video. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Guys, where can I get new notebooks, by the way? I need new notebooks.